I'm really excited to have Charles Covey from Alphapex, president, founder, great friend.
I started construction at 16, and waterproofing came up pretty often as a problem area. Is there anybody that can take care of this scope and get it done well? So that was a really good spot for us, to be the innovator, to be the disruptor, to kind of jump in that space and turn it upside down a little bit. It turns out almost everything can stand a little bit of change.
The lack of communicating sometimes on some of these projects causes the issue. And if everyone just sit down and say, you know what, this is what I'm great at, this is what I'm not, this is where I need help, this is where I don't, it seems like it'd be so much easier for a construction project.
It's a combative space sometimes. It's really not the job going south, it's the communication going south. Because ultimately that upfront communication, getting all that out on the table, that's what the project needs to move.
You have the opportunity to blame everybody for any problem you want, but yet when you and I talk, you never blame anybody. Never.
And I'm not just going to send a letter, hey, we're delayed, this other guy sucks. But you see that, you're right. I mean, the blame gets pushed so many times, like, well, it's just somebody else's problem. But we try to own the problem because, yeah, we're human and we mess some things up and we're going to own that shit and we're going to fix it quick.
What are you doing different now with the coronavirus?
The world has changed a lot for construction and for everybody else. Can't have that training meeting every Monday and pack 120 guys into a room. That doesn't work anymore. Connecting with human beings is a really, really important part of construction. Coronavirus or not, you still have to find a way to connect with the people that are in the business.
One of the other key things that you have talked about a lot with me before is the systems that you've implemented and processes.
If you let it, construction will drive you 100 miles an hour for the rest of time. But really what makes a big difference as an owner or as a manager is to slow down a little bit. You've got to think about how the information flows, and you can't allow there to be a disconnect. We've got Sally in accounts payable. Usually on Thursdays, she just takes that stack of paper over and she gets them approved. She's been doing it for 10 years, so she knows. Or what if you had to hire somebody else? And that new person, well, they don't know because they haven't been doing it for 15 years. So systems really are just documenting and then monitoring and managing all of those different things that happen in your company. That slowing down a little bit is super hard to do and super valuable.
In a world where you're paid once a month and you only have the ability to invoice once a month, if you mess it up, it's catastrophic.
Alicia, my wife and I, we do this together and we started this from zero and almost went broke a few times. The first 2 or 3 years of the business, cash flow was the deal. There are ways to try to streamline that and make it more efficient. And I think systems are a big part of that.
How do you use core values to help you win those jobs, take on new projects?
This is not just a thing that we put on the wall just because it looks nice and has bright colors. It's a decision-making process for every single thing that pops up. Are we the safest in the business? Are our clients getting taken care of and the buildings getting built on time and correctly? Are we so good at helping them with their job that they're not going to go anywhere else? I'm worrying about what gets them to their money faster.
And helping people in general, anyone you come in contact with, but especially your customers, especially your team, you're going to be so much better off. And it's so much easier to manage your business because the decisions are easier. You do what's right.
So as a marketer, or as a business owner, you want to tie your business name to an emotional connection. And birthdays are a really good way to do that. The card that they get from us might be the only thing they got that day from somebody outside their family. So it has a really emotional impact and it's very, very long lasting. Now, this is a big task because you have to have a database of all your clients, their contact information, their birthdays are, it's got to be accurate. Otherwise you look like an idiot. And that's what we found is the real differentiator. What's the hard thing to do to connect to your client? Go do that. Because chances are your competitors won't.
You're now the first large subcontractor in the United States to have trained 100% of their field staff with OSHA 30 certification.
We're the safest waterproofers in America. This is a very key item for them on their list of things that they're looking for in a subcontractor. They got to have safety. So we had 3 guys we hired, first started the company. 2 weeks after we bring them on board, one of the guys falls off a ladder, breaks both arms. We just like, oh, they're construction, they should know. No, that's not how this worked. It's my responsibility. So I looked his wife in the eye and I told her that it was my fault and that it wouldn't happen again. I don't think you can say safety is ever too expensive because it's working.
The lack of worker safety can increase your insurance premiums to the point where you could go out of business. And now you've been able to not only create that as an opportunity to keep everybody safe, but you've made yourself more profitable and you've given back to your employees with some of those dollars.
Hey, I don't think subcontracting success has to be that complicated. So as long as we care about the people that we come in contact with, and then we systemize our business so that we can not have anything missed, we can make the money flow, and we can give our clients a great result. That's the bottom line.